Inside the Intervals, episode 11. Welcome back to the podcast, guys. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the bubble playoffs round 2. It has started off with a bang, and it's only gotten more interested. I think most teams, except for the Lakers, I think, are on a game 2, game 3 kind of basis. So, yeah, let's just get straight into this. And I'm sure you guys have been watching and keeping up to date. If not, I'm sure you've been catching up with the highlights and seeing what's been going on. And yeah, let's talk about it. So the first game I wanted to talk about is the Milwaukee Bucks and the Miami Heat. Now, for the last 3 games, because the Heat just won game 3 the other day, all I can say is that the Heat have come prepared. Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, Goran Dragic. Of course, they got Andre Iguodala. They've got a few solid guys on that bench and on that starting lineup to prove that they are a contender, that they want to be a contender. Now, my thing is this: is that for the Bucks, they need to make adjustments. They haven't made any adjustments whatsoever. They're pretty much going to Giannis for everything, like offensively, defensively. But the thing is, this is what I'm talking about, is that the Heat have exposed Giannis, and game 4 is a must win, at least to keep yourself alive, and it's not exactly a blowout. Now, my thing is this: is that Giannis is, of course, it's not just Giannis on the team. He's got other players around him. But he's still got a decent Brook Lopez, Chris Middleton, who's not necessarily athletic, but he can still shoot, still attack, decent defending. Eric Bledsoe, the same thing. I just don't know what the Bucks are going to do in this situation, because, of course, we have never heard of the story going up 3-0, from going down, being down 3-0, then tying it back all the way back up to 3-3. That's never happened in the NBA history before. We've heard about 3-1 leads, but not 3-0. Okay, and I think for the Heat, they're aiming to sweep. These guys really and truly are acting like they're a contending team, when a lot of people didn't think they were going to be contenders. But they're a tough team, especially with Jimmy Butler being like the star of that team. You're only going to get positive results. And I think this is just proven again that the Heat are ready. No matter what, conference finals, I can see them going for it if they can pull off game 4. Now, if they pull off game 4, the Bucks have got to do some heavy adjustments now, because the thing is, Giannis is already the MVP and supposedly defensive player of the year. So now what? Are people going to vote for him again? I don't think so, because he's just getting exposed offensively and defensively. The team can't find their adjustments. And then the moment that they do try and get back into a game or keep the game somewhat level, they're losing it again. So now they're going to be struggling for game 4. And I hope, they do win game 4. But at the same time, I can still see them losing. And this is just an unfortunate loss. I feel sorry for some of the Bucks fans, because the Bucks fans, I know, you guys were so close last year, the conference fans. I could understand, you know what I'm saying? But this is the second round, and I feel like, the Bucks, they just look drained, out of energy. And the thing is, nobody's got home court advantage or anything. So, well, of course, Miami being in Florida, but, still, no one's really got home court advantage. We're all playing in the same place, so what is the excuse now? There's no excuses. So I think the Bucks have just been exposed. So is mainly Giannis. The Heat, all I can say is congratulations to them, because they're putting off something that probably people thought was going to be tough and impossible. So we'll just have to see in game 4 and see what happens. Next series we got is the Raptors versus the Celtics. Now, this is probably one of the most. This is out of the second round. I think this is probably going to be the sleeper one, because I think that both teams are good, and I honestly thought that the Celtics were going to pull away with a win. I really thought that, but at the same time, the defending champs are not going out so easily. They could have went 3-0 the other day, but they didn't. So, good good stuff from the Raptors. I just hope that this isn't how it is going to be a repeat from, let's say, what, 2018 or even 2017 season, because I'm sure you guys knew or knew how that playoffs went, because that playoff series wasn't really it wasn't really just for them it was hard to get out of the first round or even the second. So it was one of those ones. But yeah, the defending champs are not exactly out. They're still only down by one game. I think if they go down by 2 games, then of course there's something to be worried about. But as for the Celtics, though, I'm really impressed with the way Kemba Walker, Jason Tatum, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Gordon Hayward, the main sources of the team are really like sticking together. Not only just that, but even the bench guys as well. They're sticking together, playing, team basketball. I don't know if you saw the pass that Kemba Walker made to get them 2 points ahead. That pass was nice. I'm never gonna lie. That was a very nice pass. And you see, that's the thing. I think the Celtics have that edge of maybe, ball movement. But then again, the Raptors, they throughout the bubble series or even before the bubble, they were playing as a team. They were still performing. So now we just have to see that. Are we gonna get the Raptors that only performing this season, or are we getting the Raptors that really perform in the playoffs now? A lot of things are on their back, but at the same time, I still think they can tie up the series and make it interesting. I think this series could possibly go game 7, maybe 6. Don't know who. But my money and my edge is probably going towards the Celtics, because I know the Celtics, for example, they want to get out of the second round or even third round just to get another finals appearance. So we'll have to see. Let's just see what happens. And I think if you haven't been watching that series, please stay tuned to that, because that one is really interesting. And the next series we have now is the Denver Nuggets and the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, this series for me, is going to really show where the Denver Nuggets stand for me as a team. I think they're a good team, a good season team. But when it comes to the playoffs, they will either just scrape getting out of a round, or they will be pretty much get wiped the floor with. That's how I honestly see the Denver Nuggets. Now, don't get me wrong, of course, Nikola Jokic, Michael Porter Jr., Jamal Murray, and then you got a good vet in Paul Millsap. But at the same time, this team is it's a good team, but then again, like I said, seasoned team. The Clippers, they're not a seasoned team. They're a seasoned team and a playoff team. They want to contend. They want to be those guys. They're contending for something. So, with them doing this and with them going, it's only the first game. We'll have to see what happens. But I do say my money my money is on the Clippers, just because of the fact that I know what they're capable of. Of course, you got Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Patrick Beverley, Lou Williams, Montreal Harrell. Like, these are players defensively know what they're doing, and defensively can make you can make you test your judgment on the team. So I can definitely see Jamal Murray, even Jokic, even Michael Porter Jr., probably even Paul Millsap. A lot of these guys on the team getting exposed. I can see it happening just because defensively the Clippers are there. It doesn't even have to be all of them. Like, Kawhi could be on the bench, Paul George could be there, Patrick Beverley could be there. Defensively, that's pretty much enough. Like in the guards and in the forward position. So again, this is a team who is very defensively strong, got good coaching as well. So now we have to kind of look at the aspects where, can Denver be, I don't know, better at ball movement, or let's say even, for example, can they even be better defensively? I know it's going to be tough because a lot of those guys on the Clippers, defensively, they are good and they have their own skill set. So they just have to find what works for them. But that's that series. I think that will be probably one of the most. It'll be interesting if it's a tied series. Let's say 2-2. I would say by game 3 or 4, we'll have to see. But for the most part, I think the Clippers can handle themselves. But yeah, moving on. And the last series we got in the second round is, of course, the Lakers versus the Rockets. Now, with this series, Obviously, it's only just started. Game one, of course, the Rockets beat the Lakers. But as I said before, even in the first round, it's only game one. I think a lot of people, I think LeBron will come out, and Anthony Davis will come out again and be a lot stronger. I think they'll fight like their life depends on it. That's how I honestly think about it, because we're looking at a Russell Westbrook, a James Harden, a PJ Tucker. Of course, the things about the Rockets as well, they're playing small ball. They are playing small ball, and there's ways to expose small ball. And I'm hoping the Lakers can find that edge to just beat this small ball team. Now, of course, with the Lakers and Rockets, it's a better matchup than it would have been, with the Thunder versus Lakers. I think the Lakers just literally would have swept the Thunder. But with this one, I think this will go either 5 or 6 games, possibly. Maybe even 7 if the Rockets are really on edge about this. You know what I'm saying? So this is where it's going to get testy. Of course, LeBron, again, 0 points in the fourth quarter in game one again, he's got to be that driving force. It's either him or Anthony Davis, one of the two. But you can't, especially in the fourth quarter, you've got to score more than 0 or even more than 10 for that matter. Because if you don't score anything, team's just going to go down. But in cases he's shown that he doesn't need to score for the team to win. But at the same time, you're giving a lot of the media ammo. You're giving Skip Bayless ammo. You're giving all these media people that scrutinize LeBron or even the team itself. You're just giving them ammo. So now is the time in game 2. I expect at least the Lakers to blow out the Rockets. At least it'll be interesting if the Rockets go up 2-0. But again, I think I know what's gonna happen. LeBron is gonna come out and show out. Now, if the team doesn't show out, then it's gonna be another issue. 2-0, being down 2-0 is worse than being down 1-0. So we'll just have to see. But yeah, in general, I think the playoffs have been it's gone away where I thought certain things wouldn't be happening. I at least thought, even with the Bucks and the Miami Heat series, I honestly thought that would have been at least like a game 6, game 7 type of situation, just because of how good both teams are. But now that I'm seeing it, I'm just seeing it, well, it's crazy. You've really got the first seed of the East on ropes. You've got the second seed. The Celtics have got the second seed. The Raptors, kind of like in a tough position as well, but it's not too bad. But again, then when you go over to the West, the Clippers versus Denver, I think that's going to be either a sweep or 4-1 victory for the Clippers. For the Lakers, that could potentially go to 6 or 7 games, depending on how things run. If they do get the real edge again, then I can see a 4-1 victory over the Rockets. So, yeah, but that's pretty much it for the podcast, guys. If you did like what you heard, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the other episodes if you haven't been up to date. And I will see you for the next one. Peace.